So then once you identify your requirements, set up your cover page. Thank you so much, Jacinta. I'm so grateful. So let me reiterate that. A wrap up from our last class. The first thing you should do when you get your question paper in the examination hall is to go to your unseen part and identify your requirements. And you are going to see that from the first exhibit in your unseen. This particular case, because we are having 4 exhibits in the pre-seen, meaning that the first exhibit in the unseen will be exhibit 5. In another case, it might be different. Are you guessing it now? So it might be exhibit 6. It depends on how many exhibits you have in your pre-seen. So once you identify your requirements, then set up your cover page. And that is what we are going to start with tonight. So let me use my board. So once you identify your requirements, then you move to your cover page. I don't know why I'm not able to make use of okay, I'm going to use another board. I think that one will help me. So can you see my board?
Yeah.
Is there anyone who cannot see my board? Some persons are still disturbing me. So just come here. Who can remind us, is this an external report or an internal report?
It's an external report.
It is an external report. Why? Okay, let me take it one after another. Someone said external reports. So
Yes, sir.
who said external report? Why is it an external report?
Sir, it is an external report because it's going out to a client, ZAir Nigeria Limited.
It's going out to a client. That's a perfect answer. It's going out to a client. We said this last week that, let me go back to the case. This is the case. From the exhibits you are having in your pre-seen, you would identify whether it is an internal or an external report. So the first exhibit is talking about you, your employer, which is a firm. And exhibit 2 is talking about ZAir Nigeria Limited, which is your client. So this report is going out to your clients. Are we together? So it is an external report. So if it is an external report, do not forget how your cover page will look like. The first thing you are going to do is to design something like a letterhead for your employer, which is your firm, Babatunde Farouk Ibazibu. So just come here and say, Babatunde Chartered accountants. Then you come here and say, you can design BF at aca.com. You are designing a mail address. You can put a phone number. Before this phone number, the office address may come first. So let me just bring the office address and say 27 Olomowewe Street, Lagos. So never mind the handwriting. It's because so this is something like your letterhead. Then after that, what you will do next is to say to who are you addressing it to? The board. The board of directors. Z here. Nigeria Limited. Are you with me? So then you come here, you can put the title or subjects. So let's go to our exhibits. The exhibit 5. It is in that exhibit you are going to find who you are addressing it to. This particular place. Can you see? Please draft for my review a report addressed to the board of ZEA. The board of ZEA. And that is what is forming a basis for this. That is what is forming a basis for this. So then go back. You are going to identify how your subject will be. So your subject should comprise of both requirement 1 and requirement 2. You can see how long it is. But you have to just bring out something that will not be more than maybe, let's say, 3 lines or 2 lines. The report should comprise of a review of ZES financials from 2015 to 2019, using the financial statements for 2015 to 2018 in our files and the company summarized management accounts attached to this mail. Your analysis should focus on the company's profitability, liquidity, and financial strength. You don't need this second statement. So all you need to draft a subject or a title from your first requirement, you can do that in this first sentence. Then go to the second requirement. An appraisal of the installation of air plants projects in 4 teaching hospitals across country and an advice to the companies whether or not to go ahead with the projects. You can also deduce from this first sentence of the second requirement your title or your subject. So let's go back. So the first requirement says a review of ZES financials from 2015 to 2019. Just come here and say review Sorry, let me change my pen. Review of Z-year financial performance. That's all for requirement 1. Then you now say, and appraiser of, you can go back and check it again. Appraiser of what? The installation of air plant project in 4 teaching hospitals across the country, and an advice to the company whether or not to go ahead with the project. You're also required to prepare an estimate of the effects of the lease of the company's financial statements and demonstrate with Apple calculation its effects on the financial indicator. So we are having two, how can I put it? Two financial data analysis in requirement 2. The first thing is investment appraiser. And the second thing has to do with lease or buy option. So you can bring the two together and say an appraiser of the, let me say, you can say an appraiser of the two business someone is disturbing me. An appraiser of the two business proposals before the board. That one is okay. If you like, you can be specific about the proposals, but I don't want it to be too long. So then we move to from can I come here and say you can either say from or prepared by. What is your own firm? Babatunde. I hope someone is writing all this. It's very important. Farouk.
Are you writing? Are you writing? Are
Ibaze.
you writing?
Someone is disturbing me. Who is that disturbing me? Uncle. Chartered accountants. And tax practitioners. Write it in full. Then you put your dates. So like I used to mention, please make use of the dates of the exam itself. Use the dates of the exam. So the date of the exam will be 16 November 2023.
Okay.
So then you come here. Who is that? Someone is disturbing me. Till I start removing some persons now. So then you come here, you put disclaimer. So disclaimer is coming because it is an external report. So you just come here and say, this report is prepared This report is prepared for ZEA Nigeria Limited. And it is intended for their use only. BSI and Co. will not be liable to any third party who may place reliance on these reports without proper approval or notification. You have disclaimed it. If you like, you may write disclaimer here. If you like, don't write. So it has shown that you have disclaimed. This, as it is, will serve as your cover page. Please do not mind the handwriting. It's because I'm not used to this writing pen. And I don't know why I was not able to use that the Zoom whiteboard. The moment I started sharing, it stopped showing. So that's why I decided to make use of this. So it's very important to make sure that, okay, we know where we are starting from. So let me just tell you, the first thing we are doing is this, which is the company's letterhead. Then the second thing is who you are addressing it to, which is your client. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Then the third thing is the subject, which is the title of the report. Then the fourth thing is the name of your own firm, where you are writing it, or prepared from, or prepared by. Then the dates. Then after the dates, you then have your disclaimer. So that's all about your cover page. Is it clear? Okay, let me entertain question.
It's not clear enough.
Okay, ask your question. Someone say it's not clear to him. Can you ask your question? I don't understand. Someone said it's not clear and it's not asking question. Okay, someone is raising his hand. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Someone is raising his hand. Who is that? Okay, any other person that asks question should ask.
Please, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Can you?
All this while that I was saying people should ask questions. Now, 4 persons want to ask questions at the same time. Eh? Okay, go ahead.
Please, can you read out the disclaimer, please? You can't see the board, the lower part of it.
Okay, let me read it out. Sorry. You won't mind my handwriting. This report is prepared for ZEA Nigeria Limited and is intended for their use only. BSI and Co. will not be liable to any third party who may place reliance on these reports without proper approval or notification. Is that clear? So let me show you an already prepared solution so that that can be more clearer. Just give me a few seconds. Is there any other person who has any other question? Please ask if you have any question.
The aspect of the subject.
Please, one after another.
I didn't get that. The aspect of the subject, I didn't get it clear, sir.
Okay, what did you not get there? Can you be specific? Is it that the writing is not clear or what? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, I'm with you.
Hello? Yeah, regards to the subject, how we got it. You say, oh, if we are to get in writing the cover page, if we are to get the subject like of the cover page now, that we only get that from the requirement 2, right?
Yes.
Under the exhibit 5.
Under the first exhibit.
So
in your unseen.
Under the first exhibit in unseen, Abi, unseen part.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So this is a good example of what we prepared. All the jaga I wrote there, this is more clearer. This is how your cover page will look like. So my writing was not clear there. So that's why you are not seeing it clearly. So but this is what we are going to have. So for those who could not write that down, you can see this very clearly. So Rotimi is raising his hand. Let me see some other persons that are raising their hands. Because I am presenting, I may not be able to see their hands. So this person, there's no name there. You are raising your hand. Please ask your question. Go ahead and ask your question. Okay, any other person who has question?
Yes, I want to ask that during the exam, can we write our cover page all in block letters?
Can you do what?
I need to be using the capital letter.
Hey, which network is this? Is this network issue? Is that a network issue? That's disturbing.
No, I think it's someone's mic.
Eh?
I think it's someone's mic.
Please, who is not muting him is herself? Please, can the person mute? Oh yeah, go ahead with your question. I think it's better now.
Okay, now I think, yeah, can the cover page be written capital letter all through?
I don't think there is a need for that. There's no need for that.
Okay.
Writing in capital letter all through is stressful to me. So why stressing yourself? Where you can write faster by just only capitalize using the proper case instead of the uppercase. So there's no point. There's no point. Because there won't be additional mark in writing in block letters all through. So why just stressing yourself? No one mentioned that. The examiner did not mention that. So there's no point. Just make sure it is neat. You are using the whole of page 1 for your cover page. So there's no need for you modeling things up. If it requires you leaving a space after 2, leave it. Then move to subjects. After you use maybe like 3 lines, I mean lines, not space. After you leave like maybe 1 line, after you finish your to the board of directors, ZN Nigeria Limited, leave a line, move to subjects. A review of financial performance of Z here Limited and appraisal of different financing options for acquisition of plant and machinery. Maybe that takes 3 lines. Leave a space, leave a line rather, then move to prepared by, so that it can be more spacious, it can be very neat. So that can earn you a reasonable mark. I can't say. Some people say 5 mark. Who knows how many mark the examiner will allocate to that? But don't lose the mark. Make it neat. Habiba,
Hello, sir.
you raised your hand. Please, let's attend to someone who raised her hand. Can you ask your question?
Hello.
Go
Hello,
ahead.
good evening.
Good
Sorry,
evening.
the disclaimer part, is it compulsory for an external report?
Yes, it is. That's makes it
Okay,
external.
thank you. All right, thank you.
That makes it external. You're welcome.
And
Okay,
in
go
addition,
ahead. Okay.
in addition, sorry, again, I want you to give a recap on to identify whether it's external report or internal report, sir.
Okay, you are still not clear on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go back to the question here. Let's go back to the so from your pre-scene, you would know whether it is external reports or internal reports. Like I said here, they have said about you. This exhibit is talking that you are working for a firm. Anytime they've given you name, your name is Joel Garba. That's the name you are going to bear for 4 hours in the exam hall. And your employer, who is your employer? Your employer happens to be Babatunde Farouk, Ibazebo and Co., Chartered Accountants and Tax Practitioner. Anytime your own employer is a firm of Chartered Accountants or a consultant, just know that it's an external report because you would who does consultants work for? You work for clients. Consultants services, they service clients. So after this exhibit, they told you, in this exhibit, they told you what are your responsibilities. Your responsibility includes preparing detailed financial analysis and reports as may be required by your firm's clients. By your what?
First client.
I thought the person is with me. Are you with me?
Yes,
By your firm's clients. So you are servicing clients. So your reports will be going out to your clients.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it
it's
is
clear,
very
sir.
clear.
It's clear.
It is very, very clear.
It's clear, sir.
So you will know that
Thank
it's
you,
an
sir.
external. So, but each time
Yes, sir.
you realize that, okay, who you are working for is maybe an organization, a company, you won't see something like maybe an external body here. So your report will be internal. And that clarifies it. So I also believe we are all
It's
clear
better
now.
now. Thank you.
I also believe we are all
Yes,
clear
sir.
now. Okay, that's a very good one. Let me see if I can make use of the Zoom board now. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's continue. So we already said that after your cover page, you are going to leave page 2 and 3 blank, right? And move to what? And move to page 4. So page 4 will be for what? For introduction. Page 4 will be for introduction. So let's move on to introduction. So we are going to move to introduction. I think we will go back to our normal board that I'm using. I think I'm only, is it only the board you can see now?
Yes.
Only the board, sir.
Only the board.
Yes. Only the
Okay,
board, sir.
let me stop
Yes.
sharing. Let me stop sharing.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Hello, you should be able to see the question now. So now let's move to introduction. Someone was saying hello, sir. Do you have a question? Sorry, do you have a question?
No. It's just we use a girl. I got some board to use it.
To use Excel.
Yeah, it's just on board the old sheet, like a fresh sheet. Instead, if this board is not working, I think.
Hello.
Can you all hear me?
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
can you
we
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
I think I had a glitch with my network, sorry.
Okay.
So let's continue. So
Okay,
we
sir,
have left.
sorry, sir. Can I ask something? Hello, sir. Can I ask
Go
something?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I was discussing with somebody, and the person told me that when you are giving your that you have to learn the paper style.
No. Okay. You do tap to stop.
I can't hear the question. The network is not good.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So I said I was discussing with somebody. I just want to find out. So the person said when you are giving the question paper or the answer booklet rather, that you have to number the pages. I just want to know that it's true, sir. That is not, you number it yourself, like with your pen.
So it's not true. It's not true. Maybe the person has not written ICANN case study exam before. Have you written ICANN case study exam before yourself?
No, no, sir.
Okay, so that's why. So a case study exam answer sheet is numbered.
Oh, okay.
So it's already numbered. So there's no point numbering it.
Sir.
So that's concerning that. So let's move to our introduction. Hello, do you still have questions? Go ahead. Okay, there's no question. Okay, so our introduction. We are still going to make use of some information in Exhibit 5 for our introduction. Hi, who is distracting me? Who is that person distracting us?
Oh my Lord. Wait a minute, then. Boy, report.
Who is IJ on this call? Who is Kende on this call? You are distracting us. Who is distracting us?
I'm sorry. I beg, I just want to cut it and rejoin. Oh.
Please mute yourself instead of cutting and rejoining. Please mute.
Okay. News. Why not? Let me just.
It's difficult to mute. So, hey, let's continue. Do not forget. Let me take us back to our formats for introduction. Our formats for introduction says.
Yes, sir. Nothing is showing here on your screen.
Okay, let me reshare. Thank you for that. Is my screen showing now?
Loading. Yeah, it's showing now. It's showing.
Okay, sorry for that.
Thank you, sir.
These are formats for introduction. You can see framework for introduction. You start by referring to the mail sent to you or your boss. Then you bring in the requirements. The third thing is that you state the scope of analysis, tools of analysis used, then lastly, the professional skepticism. Start by referring to the mail sent to you or your boss. That's the terms of reference. You are going to see that in this Exhibit 5. Let's read it, Exhibit 5. Email from David Ibazebo and Joel Garba from David Ibazebo, who is your own management partner or managing partner, your boss, sent 2nd of July 2020 to Joel Garba, who is you, subject ZA Nigeria Limited. I've just received a mail from the Chief Finance Officer, CFO of ZA, asking us to advise the company on a way out of their current financial situation. The company will also want us to advise on the effects of a proposed plant leasing on their financial statements and key financial indicators. In addition, the CFO wants us to carry out an appraisal of a new business proposal, the installation of turnkey air plants in 4 of the teaching hospitals in the country. You can see that is the terms of reference. All that started this particular engagement, we call it engagements in consulting terminology. This is an engagement, and this engagement started from the fact that your boss received a mail from the CFO of ZE Nigeria Limited, and it's asking you to do some specific requirements, which is to appraise the current financial situation and also advise on the effect of proposed plans, leasing on the financial statements and key financial indicators, and also appraise the new business proposals. So that's the terms of reference, and that's what we are starting with. Let's go. I won't type. Just let us read this. This is our solution, the introduction, what we have drafted for introduction. Sequel to the mail received on 1st March 2021. This date is not correct because this particular date that you are stating here, let's see whether the date is stated. Okay, this is the date that you should be stated, 30th June 2020, because that is the date that the CFO of ZE sent a mail to your boss. So you can come here, I can change it now, and say, okay, this particular date, let me just change it here. Is it not 20th? 20th July.
Rather, it's 2nd July.
Is it 2nd?
Yes.
So why is this one not changing? Okay, we are good to go now. On 2nd July 2020, from the managing director. So this is not also correct because that mail was not sent by the managing director. Who sent the mail? The CFO. Are you getting it now? The CFO. So let's change this. So you can see those are where you picked your facts. Chief Financial Officer. So it's because this particular solution that I'm actually displaying here was based on the present. So we never had these facts. Exhibit 5, Exhibit 6 was not available then when I was preparing this particular solution suggested solution that I'm displaying on the screen. And that's why we're having those. Sequel to the mail received on 2nd July 2020 from the Chief Financial Officer of your company. So let me also delete this. This date here is not correct as well. Okay. Where our firm have been requested to carry out a detailed analysis of the financial performance of ZEA Nigeria Limited for the last 6 years, ending in 2020, analyzing the key changes in revenue, costs, and overheads, and how those changes impact the profitability, liquidity, and efficiency of the company. We are also requested to appraise the best financing option for the acquisition of plant and machinery as approved by the board, taking into consideration ethics, risks, and strategic focus as peculiar to ZEA Nigeria Limited. This particular first paragraph, you have addressed these terms of reference, which is what you are asked to do. You start by referring to the mail sent to you and your boss, and you've also addressed the requirements. You have brought in the requirements, both the requirements, you have brought in it in. So then you go to the scope of analysis. Because this is an external report, there is also, this is an external report. There's another thing we used to bring in after the requirements, which is the brief history. The brief history of your clients. And that is what we've also brought in here. This second paragraph here is the brief history about your clients. So this one